So I had about 120 bucks. It could have been 80 bucks. I'm pretty certain it was 120 bucks left on this. And went and bought me $35 malware thing. Great. Still got another, well, at least another $45 I can use, yeah? Yeah, right. Went in to pay for $29 worth of fuel with it. No, declined. I don't believe it was having any trouble with the actual card, but tried twice, declined both times for a $29 purchase when I should have at least 45 bucks, if not 85 bucks left on the bloody card. What the fuck is going on? Dare I say it, the malware isn't being stopped when you're buying the malware, and it's only after you bought it it actually stops it. So in the process of buying it, there might have been a bit of phishing software that got hold of it. I don't know if you guys had any experience with it, and I'm going to explain a little bit of the story behind all this. I got this laptop not very long ago, as you know, and within 2 weeks I had this warmportrait.com virus on it, and I never seem to be able to shake the bloody thing, and it's got me stuffed. What also got me stuffed in a way is the fact that it had Internet Edge, Microsoft Edge on it, which is like, basically Internet Explorer or some sort of cheaped out version of it, a new version of Internet Explorer, and it didn't have Chrome. And then, like, 2 days later, it's just got a Chrome icon. Yeah, it's got Chrome. Chrome seems to run as Chrome usually runs. Have they dropped me a bunk version of Chrome? There are things that will actually get into your newer malware, or smarter malware apparently can actually get into the executable files of your browser and fuck your browser up. This Warm Portrait, I've looked it up, and apparently what it does is, when it gets into full swing, it's like a search engine thing, or looks like a search engine, and drowns you in pop-ups and basically overthrows your bloody computer every time you got the internet on. And it's a browser hijacker. It's just designed to hijack your browser. But the way they showed for versions 7, 8, 9 of Windows, you can go into Internet Explorer or Mozilla or whatever the hell, Chrome, and you'll find it in there in the add-ons. You know how you got add-on extensions? You can have like PDF Reader as a add-on to, Chrome or Internet Explorer. You can have Skype, and I've got Skype as an add-on, and if you find me on Skype, don't bother calling me. And I can see the Skype add-on, and apparently it's supposed to have Warm Portrait as an add-on, and also have it as the startup page, that it starts up when you first load Chrome or Internet Explorer. It doesn't have any of that, because it isn't that badly affected that it's got to that part where I've lost control of the computer. I haven't even seen this so-called search engine thing it brings up. What it's doing is it'll throw up pop-ups. And the funny thing is, it's not just in the laptop. The bloody thing is the tablet sometimes. Android and Windows. Yet they're both getting affected by it. And apparently, hey, it can affect both. It can affect multiple different browsers. But how it really comes in is not so much as a virus per se. It comes in as a pop-up. And now I've got the malware software on. This one isn't bringing up pop-ups. As you know, Chrome will block pop-ups. That blocks most pop-ups. But then it doesn't block the Warm Portrait one. Yet now the malware software does. As for the tablet, I'm not joking, the other day, this is the thing. I'm fine with most with the big websites. YouTube's fine. Vimeo's fine. I've got, Gmail's fine. Wikipedia's fine. All these things you will never have any troubles with. But then there's some sites that I go into, and the first day I use them, they're absolutely fine. They're not a problem. A couple of days later, I use the same small site again, and it goes like shit with all this stuff trying to pop up non-stop. And I think, hang on, I used this minor site first time around that isn't completely bombed with ads, and it runs fine the first day, and then subsequent days it'll keep throwing that up as a pop-up. So what's going on? Any news services, as in any websites for any sort of news-related stuff, they will be bombed straight away. They won't even work the first time. But a lot of other small sites that don't have much ads will work the first time and then be in trouble the second time. I was going through different pet store sites on the tablet. Most of them worked absolutely fine. The local ones, they all worked fine. I went into one, I'm not joking, Chrome stopped 12 pop-ups in the first half a second. Yeah, it said pop-ups blocked bracket 12 bracket. I shit you not, it blocked 12, and then it tried to have a hover over the screen, which is the first trouble I had with that thing, where I initially got CM security on it, which I got when I used to look at online auction sites. It's not a pop-up, but it's a hover over, and you have your main screen up there, and this thing's hovering over the top of the text with an ad. And you scroll down the screen, and it starts to sort of go up, and then it'll keep pulling itself down the bottom, and you start scrolling down again, and it'll go whoop up, and then try and bring itself back down into the center of the screen again. After that, block the 12 pop-ups, I could see one of those trying to form, so I closed off that window. It's just got me stuffed how I keep clearing it out and getting friggin' reinfected, and how some sites have got no issues with it, other sites will be fine the first day and then have it the second day, and other sites like news services will have it the very first time you load it. So I don't know if it's actual something that's inside this a free Wi-Fi connection or what the fuck is going on, but I do know one thing, and that is that this bastard suddenly lost a whole stack of money it has, or failing that, it just doesn't want to work at the fuel station, which is strange because it actually worked. I mean, it picked it up. I swiped the pay wave on it, and yeah, not a problem. And then it said declined, and then I went and she said, well, whack in the, put it in normally. So I put it in with a chip in the bottom. The older, very old ones, which are basically phased out now, you just got to swipe through with your magnetic swipe there. But she said, just put your card in. So I whacked it in the chip thing. Same again, bang, detected it. Asked for a pin, and put in the, pretty sure I've got the pin right, and then bang, declined again. And it wasn't wrong pin, it wasn't, card didn't work or whatever, just, declined. So I don't know if I've just got, $45 ripped off that thing or whatever. Didn't really matter, but I would have liked to spend the rest of the 85 or $45 on it. And I can't work out why these things just keep getting reinfected. But if any of you have had experience with Warm Portrait, especially in regards to Windows 10 or Android, say something in the comments about it. And I've done everything that's supposed to be done and all this sort of shit, and I keep running these bloody scanners. Avast isn't worth shitting on because it never found it to begin with. And one of the things I'm doing to keep it all at bay is just clearing the cache out as well. Looks like the malware software on the laptop has taken control of it and is stopping it. But I'm, sort of worried about further attacks on the old tablet and all that, and the fact that CM security doesn't really seem to, well, last time didn't seem to see it. Alrighty. Well, we got the old backhoe going, but there's a bit of a return line, an oil return line from the brakes that's leaking. It's only a small one, so it was sort of dribbling out of there at a reasonable pace. I don't know if he's fixed that or not, but now apparently one of the hydraulic rams in the back has fucked up, and you're supposed to be able to, with the old ones, you unscrew a certain part. And they've bloody well welded that piece together, haven't they? So, yeah, he's going to see what the go is with that, and says it's likely to cost a bloody fortune, but we've got to go and take this hydraulic ram off this front end loader slash backhoe. It's one of the ones for the backhoe part at the back. Bit of a pain in the arse. What can you do? You know, it's been sitting there for 3 years. It was already leaching a lot of oil, and now it's just gone from bad to to worse, as the saying goes. And yeah, so he said it's probably going to cost a fortune. I just hope it all gets fixed and all gets sorted. And he wants to go and dig out a dam bigger, and I want to get all these box horns sorted out, and might need a little bit of a hole dug too with the backhoe. Anyway, we'll get to that. Well, I had a torch this morning. Didn't work. There's another one in here that I can't quite find at the moment that I pulled out this morning. That's, yeah, amongst me stuff there. It's actually like a little, here's another one. This is an unreliable sort of a thing. It's not going to work. This other little one I've got runs, it's actually got a globe. Very, very small globe. And runs on a AAA, and you twist the back to turn it on and off, and that obviously, yeah, battery was dead in that, and it turns out I had this as well, so this one does work. So out of about 3 torches, 3 didn't work, and one headlamp, the one headlamp did work, but in your fluster, you don't really even look on the damn seat that it's sitting on. So anyway, I've got a bit of a better view of it all later on. You got a bit more mud on the top of the grill, and there's just, even now, there's still a couple of little hairs on the bonnet as well. So I think he didn't actually hit the ground. So I think I almost tripped him up, and he fell over the bumper on an angle onto the grill, left a few hairs here, and even though he sort of got winded or whatever and fell forwards over the bumper, he didn't actually fall over and hit the ground at any point. And then as a result, being still on his feet, and as I've showed, they've got really wide bottom feet that are, like at least a foot long, if not more. And you know, he obviously still had his balance or was at least on his feet, and then hopped off. But yeah, he would have a pretty probably bruised him. But aside from that, he will live another day to probably try the same bullshit with another person, maybe several times more. Just going through a bit of stuff here. There's a place I used to work for after a wood machinist. You can't really see it. Cabinet maker. Spelled it wrong. Crane truck driver. I could do that, but must have minimum CV or C2 license. I got a friggin' Dogman's license. I got a heavy rigid non-synchro mesh license, which means the really nasty ass transmissions. These ones where you got to have the RPMs right for the damn thing to even go into gear. I'm not joking. If you've never driven one, you don't know what you're coming into if you try to. But here's the funniest one of all. Chief Head, modern qualified. Chief Head. What the hell is a Chief Head? It's after a head chef, and it's put Chief Head. Passionate, extensive experience, able to create new break/lunch menus, and that's the only thing you've got. The last line says you've got to create break/lunch menus. That's the only idea you've got, because all the rest of it doesn't even make any sense. It's just standard waffle about being, you know, passionate with experience, yada yada yada. Yeah, some other bullshit in this paper. Let's have a look at the stupid stuff we got here. Twerkaholics. New fitness regime of they don't like to work out, it's a twerk out. Bloody hell. I know some people feel that today's society's headed in the wrong direction. This chick here has always got some ridiculous crap. She can't believe that female politicians will not refer to themselves as feminists if asked, because it's terrible that feminism's got a label, but they should identify as feminists. Well, you know, do you really want to appeal to the community by being someone about as tolerant and eccentric as Germaine Greer? I don't think so. Let's have a little bit of a look here. Oh yeah, never mind that. Possible giant flipping, I'm not joking, goat farm to go ahead, and if, I don't know when it's going ahead, I'll probably have another job before that even gets built. 14,000 head goat farm, not too far from me. Unbelievable. 14,000 head. I think it says biggest one like it in the world. What they mean by biggest one like it, I don't know, because I'm sure there's places like Saudi Arabia that would have goat feedlots that are probably bigger than that. Here's a ripper. Military robot. It's been changed to deliver rather crappy pizza. These are used in Afghanistan. They'd have a gun mounted on the top and a video camera, and basically like a live streaming system. And basically, they used to call them the Taliban weapons delivery system, because they would run on tracks instead of wheels, and often enough, the pieces of crap they were so useless, the Taliban could hide behind a rock or a tree. They'd drive almost, you know, beside them, and all they'd do is come running out and kick it over, and there's nothing it could do. And it'd just be stuck. And then, of course, they'd rip the battery off, the antenna off, and then, you know, try and kill the thing by, you know, disconnecting the antenna and the battery. And then try and make a move with a couple of guys to move it somewhere or hide it somewhere, and basically come back the next day and unbolt the friggin' belt-fed machine gun off the top of the bloody thing with a socket set. Taliban's weapons delivery system. That was a nickname it got. But this one here, supposed to deliver pizza. Delivers Domino's. God blimey, it's some of the worst bloody pizza in the country. So I'm reliably informed by former workmates. So that one says, on site, SIGHT, boiler maker / welder. Talk about bloody spelling mistakes. People are paying serious dollars. Like that ad, to put that in, that would probably cost them about $200, and they can't even spell friggin' any of the words properly. I mean, that's the third spelling mistake in 2 pages. Oh. I smelled this thing, it smelled like seaweed or sort of salted fish. Like fish jerky or something like that. I kept smelling it. I was lying on my bed, reading a book, last night, and kept thinking maybe it was me and the deodorant brand that I usually don't wear I had on that day, and thinking, is it sweat? Is it something to do with this shirt being synthetic? Is it, what is it? And yeah, Black Kitty wakes me up at 7:30. Meow, and I thought she'd ran out of water. Went out there, and the flaming water's almost full anyway. And then shortly thereafter comes in the bedroom, and I'm alone here and thinking she's going to hop up on the bed, and she doesn't want to. And the next thing, I've got this pile of clothes that sits. Oh God, this is hopeless. There's sunlight here, but you can't see it. Pile of clothes that I've washed, and I used to have sitting on the bed. And when I washed the bed sheets, I plonked them on the floor on the other side of the bed, because I, only walk around there just to charge up my tablet and that. And I hear this crunching noise, and I thought, holy smoke, that's her eating something. And then I look up, and after the crunching noise stops, and I see her shuffling into these blooming clean clothes I've washed with something, and pulling one of the blooming pairs of pants over. So I think we've got it partly eaten something or another that I could smell, and I could smell it again quite obviously when she's eating it. Like a few seconds after she started chewing away, I smell it again. And then she's gone and buried it in me clean clothes. What's going on, pussy? You like to explain, pussy? You've been burying your food in me clean clothes, have you? Hey, what sort of food is it? You get another magpie from behind, did you? Or I'll have to investigate that in a little while. Alrighty, as you can see, big pair of pants and everything. Something under this top pair, I believe. This is pretty much as I threw it here, so where is it, bud? Where's your bloody food? What are you hidden in me clothes here? Or are you just climbing up me clothes? Or scratching your, sharpening your claws as you do and everything? As you see, I got the gloves ready. Something going on here, and I know it. Oh, I can see shit. What's going on, my pussy? Hey? What have you done, hey? Because it smells real bad around this end. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's either behind this old mattress or in amongst here somewhere. I gotta move this mattress because she's walking through and around the mattresses, and I think... No? I'll move this other mattress. Nope. Nope. No, it's right down here near the end of the bed. Okay. Oh, hell, I can smell it now. I think it's on this old dressing gown that used to be my grandfather's that sort of offered to me, and I just said, yeah, right, yeah, I'll take it. Well, there's a kitten shit. That's no big deal. I don't think it's just like
an old kitten crap that's gone rancid or anything. I think it's something actually wrapped inside this blooming thing. Fucking cats. You know, at least with dogs, like working dogs, sheep dogs, any stinkies are outside, you know what I'm saying? I mean, sure, it rains, the dog shit smells bad, but it smells bad outside. It may very well just be stale urine after the kittens are gone, but I've got to get that kettle. I can't find anything specific. I wash all those clothes anyway down there. What I have found is that dressing gown has a fair bit of blooming kitten shit on it, and there's another lump or two of kitten shit under the bed there. I think it's just that stuff's starting to go stale. That's probably about the only thing I can make of it, but I've definitely got the area it's coming from, and it's right in the corner of this bed. And the handful of clothes that are there. So, yeah. I don't know why it smells salty. Maybe it's just the eating adult food, which they were. They don't need some of the salts and stuff in it or whatever, and it just passes through. I know some of this frisky stuff they were eating in the last days is apparently highly salty, and it has one of the flavours as being seaweed flavour. Yeah, sort of reminds me of that sort of a smell. Anyway, didn't realise I'd crapped under there, otherwise I would have actually cleaned it up a lot earlier. It's something we've got to do today. I done some, washed some clothes the other day, and I've got a handful of other ones here that I might as well flame and do while I'm on the subject. I'll open this one up, so part of the sides are gone to the other bit of bread, but here's another one that I'm about to put the top on. Just realised something here. For around $288 I can get a flour mill, which of course would give me wholemeal bread, which is exactly what this is. My mum's already got one that she hasn't used for many years. That's a mains powered one with quite a decent size engine. When you start to look at all this, fried chickens, you've got the eggs there, which make up for the boiled eggs, which are boiled on a wood stove. Tomatoes, now these ones are obviously a different variety, and later in the season. Still got a tomato hanging on that one and a couple on the other plant, which is just about stuffed. I don't know when that thing's going to ripen. It's shown signs of ripening 2 weeks ago with the darker green coming out on the top. But anyway, I can grow tomatoes. That there is actually cress, just from there. Microgreens kit. And as I said, you know, flour milk. The only thing in this that you couldn't technically make off-grid, aside from having to buy a sack of wheat from a farmer, and for the flour and possibly the chicken feed, is the mayonnaise, and that's it. So there you go, you know, to be under hard circumstances, with a bit of equipment, chickens, flour mill, you know, and maybe a few preps like, you know, bits and pieces that you've kept, or even knowledge of how to make it, because apparently there's only about 4 things inside. How's it? It's oil, egg, I think a bit of vinegar, and one other thing. And they blend it all up, and the whole lot ends up. You might need an emulsifier as well, or something, or something acts as an emulsifier, and bingo, you basically get your what's his name? Yeah, canola oil, white vinegar, free-range egg, salt, sugar, mustard, and a couple other things. And you'd have your mayonnaise as well, but that wouldn't be too bad eating under a prepper partial self-sufficiency style
thing of living while everybody else who's got no land in the city and no equipment and no foresight to prepare or anything like that would be eating fingernails and fairy bread, as I put it, or as the brother-in-law's mum puts it, fresh air and fizzy water.